Stanau purushavat brantya krita brahmani jivata jivasya tatvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. Stanau, in the post, purushavat, like the man, brantya, because of delusion, krita is made, brahmani, in Brahman, jivata, the individuality, jivasya, of the jiva, tatvike rupe, the real form, tasmin, in the self, drishte, where seen, nivartate, is destroyed. As the stump of a tree appears to be a man, through ignorance, Brahman appears to be a jiva. When the real form of the jiva is seen to be the self, its jīvahood is destroyed. Namaste. So the first line of this shloka refers to an Upanishadic story that a man goes out in twilight and sees a stump or a post, and squinting in the darkness, he thinks it's a man and raises an alarm, thief, thief. Then when everybody comes with the light, they see, oh, it's just a fence post or just a tree stump 4 or 5 feet tall. So this is like the rope and the snake. It's the same story. Out of ignorance, one sees nothing but his own reality, his own projection, his own dream. And this is a fault, of course. This is illusion. This is a mirage. Its only reality is that of an illusion, imagination, a projection, a dhyasa, a superimposition on the actual reality. Its realness is only subjective in the form of a man or an intruder or something like that. But the same thing is going on with respect to the self. Brahman, the self, appears to be a jiva, one who is born, but Brahman is never born. So the same principle is operative here. The Upanishadic metaphor takes it out of the direct personal realm into the realm of a story about something else, where it's easier to see the illusion. It's not easy to see the illusion when it comes to ourselves or someone else nearby. Why? Because in our case, we are so identified with the body that we think the body's desires are our desires, that the body's actions are our actions. But we are Brahman. We don't have any actions. We don't have any desires. See? We are simply observing. We are the witness of the body's activities. So, why do we make this mistake? Because to the innocent mind, that means the conditioned mind, the mind in material consciousness, there is no such thing as Brahman. There is no such thing as consciousness separate from the body. The body is conscious, and everything happens in the body or through the senses of the body and the mind. This is the naive view. This is the ignorant view. And this is the view of more than 99% of the people on the planet, even those who claim to be religionists, and even those who claim to be Advaitins. Because why? We can observe very easily that when their desires are frustrated, they become angry. They lose their patience. They lose whatever detachment they have. And the Viveka Chudamani talks about this, that when someone's detachment is merely shadow detachment, Vairagyabhasa, it's in Sanskrit, merely the reflection of detachment, not the thing itself, then it is very easily upset, very easily spoiled. Very easily the person becomes overwhelmed by their own desires because they still identify with the body and mind. We see this so often in spiritual life, that someone is supposed to be a spiritual teacher, but they're concerned about getting donations, or they're concerned about building or finishing a temple, or they're concerned about the number of followers. We know those people have ulterior motives. Their detachment is simply an act to get whatever they're after, followers or money or whatever, prestige, fame. And they don't really have detachment because they easily become disturbed when their so-called detachment is challenged. So what can we say? Deep down, they think they are a jīva. They think they are one who is born. But a Brahman, a true Brahmana, knows he is not born. He is not the body, not the mind. Anything that affects those things doesn't affect him, because he's simply the watcher. But when the real form of the jīva is seen, jīvo brahmana naparaha, that the jīva is identical with Brahman. Identical. And Brahman is simply reflected in a limited way in the mind and body, in the senses and so on, the activities, etc. That's not really Brahman. That's simply the reflection of Brahman. Brahma abhasa. So, when the real self is known, one becomes completely detached. One gives up desires. One gives up possessions. One gives up his role in the world unless it is directly connected with self-realization. He doesn't act for selfish desires. He only acts in the interest of the teaching, the Advaita teaching, the Advaita lineage that should spread all over the world for the greatest benefit of all humankind. That is the only activities that a Jivan Mukta is interested in. He doesn't act for himself. I'll give you a great example. I have to go to India to renew my visa next month. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should get an iPhone, a new iPhone 17. And then the more I thought about it, the more I realized, no, this old iPhone 13 that I'm using now is plenty good enough. The picture is okay, it's 4K. The sound is all right, it's not great. Of course, I could go out and spend a couple $1,000, just on a good mic. But what's the point of it? I can do a little processing and the sound comes out clean as a whistle. Yeah, there's a little noise, especially if the AC is running. But if that's something that is going to make somebody stop watching these videos, then they're not really interested in it at all. They are interested in something else. I don't know what it is. Some kind of entertainment or some kind of prestige. Oh yeah, Yeah, I watch Dave Bhagavan every day. No, that's not the right reason to watch these videos. If you are really into it, if you really understand the value of these videos, tmabodhah, then you won't let a little floor noise in the audio upset you. You won't even hear it. You'll be so interested in the subject matter being discussed that it won't even register. You won't even notice it. The sound is good enough. The picture is good enough. I purposely make it a little boring, you know? Yeah, I could add graphics and cute animations and I guess some kind of interesting cinematography and whatnot. But I don't. I keep it as close to the bone as possible, as close to the original text as possible, as close to the actual experience of associating with a realized being as possible. So if you have a taste for this, then you'll stick around. You'll watch the whole series. If you don't, you're not the kind of person we're trying to reach anyway.
Tat Sat Om Shakti Om